Dear Dr. Watson, thank you for your speedy reply. I propose to call upon you on a day you deem convenient, and bring with me the simple apparatus which I am sure you will find easy to operate. Once having shown you how the system works, I will leave everything with you. There will be no necessity to contact me again, bar there being a problem with the equipment, until you feel you have said all you need to say. Once you reach that point, all you need to do is write me a letter to that effect, and I will call and collect your full cylinders. Yours, etc., Alfred Huntley. Dear Mr. Huntley, that all seems most satisfactory. Would you care to call at 10 o'clock on the morning, Wednesday, 7th March? My housekeeper, Mrs. Brownlow, makes a perfect cup of tea and sublime shortbread biscuits. Yours, John H. Watson. Watson, my life, Cylinder 1. Ahem. I scarcely know where to start. Mr. Huntley has given me a set of guidelines on how to set about it, but I am still beset by doubts. Where do I begin? At the very beginning? My life with Holmes? I have made some notes. Let me see. Where are they? My decision is made. I will travel back in time, as it were, long, long before my association with Sherlock Holmes. I was born in Hexham, in Northumberland, in the autumn of 1854. My father, Henry, was a glover by profession, and very well respected in the area. I suppose he did moderately well, for I cannot recall having to go without anything. There was stiff competition in Hexham. It was a town widely known for its glove-making industry, although less so by the time of my birth. Footnote 1. By 1902, the last tannery in Hexham had closed its doors. The skills he used were the same skills that proved his downfall, for his sight suffered from all the intricate close-up work he had to do. All the gloves, known as Hexham tans, were made by hand. One of the earliest memories I have is of seeing my father at work in his small, aroma-filled workshop, his gnarled yet delicate hands making a simple running stitch with a glover's needle, which had a sharpened triangular point designed to penetrate the thin sheepskin. The gloves were destined to be mostly imported to the north of Europe, America, and eventually Australia. I remember packing a pair when I sailed to Ballarat, but I get ahead of myself. Where was I? Oh, yes. As my father's sight declined, so did the gloving trade, due in no small measure to the lifting of the prohibition on the importing of French gloves. The glovers of Hexham could not compete with these cheap, machine-made gloves, and by the time of my 3rd birthday there was only one glover left. My father had no choice but to leave off his trade in the summer of 1857, his sight damaged to the point of almost total blindness. The Watson family, which comprised my father, my mother Mary, and my elder brother, also a Henry, felt the loss of my father's trade keenly, for not only did we lose our breadwinner, but also our accommodation, for we lived on the premises that my father worked from, a modest yet spacious enough building on Tyne Green Road. The 4 of us found ourselves living with my mother's parents in Corbridge, another modest building, but with absolutely no space to spare. I remember dark corners where spiders spun webs with impunity, the shuffling footsteps of my father as he negotiated his new surroundings and his new circumstances, the smells originating from the kitchen, where my grandmother seemed to be permanently cooking, There was an endless supply of bread and cakes. She was at her happiest, rooted in domesticity.